Hey, welcome back. And it's 2025, New Year's, guys.
Oh, crap. It is 2025.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about who was going to do the intro. So you
It's
surprised
okay.
me.
Hey,
It's 2025.
I'm right in. This
25,
2025 me is impulsive me. We're going right in.
What's your 2025?
Impulsive?
What?
What?
Was that English? What?
Is it like impulsive?
Yeah. Impulsive Kang.
No. Like like Paul Logan, right? Impulsive. It's incangsive.
Well, we're a big corporate podcast, man. We can't shout out the underdogs on here if they don't pay us money, right?
Exactly.
Fair.
Free shout outs. Anyway, so 2025 me, the goals are the exact same as 2024 and the exact same as 2023 and 2022. Nothing has changed. Just,
What's your goal?
I don't know, just be better.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, be fitter, be smarter,
Let's go.
strive for success in my career.
I think having goals and well thought out goals is important to regular achievement, William. So
I did a goal.
Yeah.
When we started podcast, so that's just after the Lunar New Year, right? Which is the Chinese New Year.
Hey, we're actually coming up on our 1 year anniversary soon.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
like
not too far
episode
away.
42.
So I did a decision to cut my weight.
Okay, what are you at now?
So I cut like 10 kilos already.
10 kilos.
And
is
maintaining.
big weight.
holy moly.
So-
From the episode 1
Yeah.
to now?
Yeah, episode 1.
Hey, look at that.
So that I
progress.
stopped eating like all the fast food and stuff. So this is going to be a year since I eat McDonald's
Yeah.
and stuff.
a whole year.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't
A
go
whole year.
a whole month without McDonald's
Do you know how long it's been since I was at McDonald's?
When?
tonight.
25 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's been a year since I've ate Macca's.
We tried to open a new burger shop up in Butler. It's called Hannah's. It's got 190 reviews at 4.8.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Fast.
The reviews were very strong on it. So obviously not a burger boy, but it was actually pretty close to a burger boy. It was pretty good. The servings were like pretty decent sizes. Anyway, we had that, and then I was coming back here. And I thought on the way here, I was like, you know what this big fat boy needs? A little bit of dessert for my time. So I got myself a medium vanilla shake, sucked that down.
Oh my goodness.
You know what
get
we
it.
need for podcast voice is real milkiness in here.
The sugar rush keeps you in for the first half of the
So it's been a
episode.
year now. Lost weight.
I'm
And,
proud of you, William.
And I'm trying to keep fit.
Should we celebrate when we hit 1 year anniversary? Because we should be around the Lunar New Year when that happens
Yeah,
as well.
that's
Yeah.
right.
I propose we do, like when we first started this.
Hey. I want to oppose any proposal because there's a couple of, we're on a stack. We're on a stack.
Anyway, no fun William over here. All right.
Hey,
I get what William's saying.
We
though.
are on a stack.
We are the master of saying we're going to do stuff and not doing it. But
We
we
have
want to do
like
stuff.
spells, casts, in between spells, casts, in between
Yeah, we're just
spells.
waiting.
casts.
We're
I
waiting
have-
for a response.
I have a work in progress. I'm doing the paint project. I said we would.
I already done it. Done.
Yeah, but you need to do it anyway. Doesn't count.
Done. Doesn't matter.
I don't know if you guys remember right at the start, you guys proposed that we do the podcast like live while the shop was open.
Yeah.
And in 2 or 3 episodes, you realized why that's a terrible idea, right?
Yes.
Yeah. so-
Immediately.
but maybe we should do that for
the 1 year.
I think maybe it's better if it's a visual thing. Because when you have multiple noises coming in, but people can see where it's from. Like when you have
Yeah.
a guest
Maybe it's
walk
not
in,
abrasive, yeah.
it makes more sense.
Well,
we
let's
do a
do that.
video.
So many of the Patreons are actually from the club and come here.
Yeah.
So like we could have a night where it's like maybe on a Sunday where we just do, it's just like we'd have just an extra open and we record the podcast and have the
No.
patrons pop through.
we should just do it on a Thursday night while playing Commander. If you play Commander with us and record and on the video, like
That's like too many extra layers though.
no, we just play, like just talk and play. At
No,
the
I just
same
want a
time.
video pointed at us and we talk.
Yeah.
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 I,
We do a
I
mukbang.
want to do the commander. The commander's a great idea because that's when we're the most like.
It's on the stack though. It's on the stack.
I
saying.
think it's where we're definitely the most boisterous, but.
On the stack.
For the celebration thing, I think it should be so focused on the celebration that we did. At
Okay,
100.
okay.
Because
Let's
it's
do
like
that. We put a camera right, like where we record stuff, and then we go around with a mic. We can't get the
the lavalier mics. Yeah, the portable ones.
Yeah.
the Bluetooth
yeah,
mics.
I'm about to launch because it's 10 weeks, right? If we're at 42 now,
Effectively.
it's 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm about to launch. I'm booked out on the trucks for the first 2 months.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare,
Okay.
but it does mean money will be coming in.
Okay.
So we can sort out some extra mics. and stuff.
if you can get the mics, then we can go around while the camera is rolling and then seeing us talking to people. and stuff.
It would be fun for me to do a compilation video of like interview style. We walk up to people playing Commander. Hey, what's your favorite Commander?
I would, if we're going to do visuals, right? What we'd do is Kane can have like a little cap that has a camera on it and it's filmed from his head height.
I'm go
for
for
that
it.
perspective.
Yeah.
But then William can have one on his chest.
Okay.
And it can film from that perspective.
Okay.
And then I'll walk on with that on a belt.
Yeah.
So you can get all three height perspectives of
We
the club.
Voltron one video.
Ooh, but as they were at different parts of the room.
Yeah.
See, I like that. It's just going to be me just looking at like my crutch, just looking at things.
Yeah,
the
Danny
entire
Cam
time.
is just other people's pants.
All right,
What'd you guys get up to for New Year's?
nothing.
Nothing. Well,
Nothing at all?
In
Did
bed.
you hit 12?
Kids, bed.
While
William bed.
looking at my phone. Oh yeah, while looking at my phone.
Did you like look over to your wife and like hold her shoulder and be like, Happy New Year's? And then that was it?
It's like, Happy New Year, yay!
Very like adult of you, right? Just another day.
It's just another day.
The
Another day
kids
in
didn't
the
want to
office.
stay up. They weren't excited for it.
No, they sleep at 8.
Even on a night
No,
like that.
no excuse. No. Act like
One night a week,
no,
William.
No.
How can you be such a fun adult, be such
He's-
a
he is-
violent police officer
Yeah,
to your
he's
children?
all business at home.
It's like no way.
No way.
No
he
way,
says.
he
No
says.
way. It's like drugs.
What about you, Danny? You at the boards, right?
Yeah, we did the boards, played some Commander. Andreas and Connor and a few boys came down. We played
go.
Commander for the other
I'm
day.
glad
It
a
was
couple people were here.
It was actually quite nice. We had probably like 10, 15, 20 throughout the day hanging out, playing games.
Nice. Yeah.
A few people started to shoot out about 9, 10 o'clock preparing for the, where they're going to have their first midnight kiss and stuff like that. And then by the end of it, there was 4 of us here. We got to 12:30. We finished up our game and we were on our way. So it's not too bad. We did, because we were here. I was back here the next day. So it was good.
You know what we should do? We should do 2025 Boardcast resolutions. Just one. Don't be ambitious.
Dude,
just
I'm
one.
already trying to do my resolutions already as is.
just like a mini one that in 6 months or like maybe a quarter into the year and see like how far are you into.
Are we saying
What if we come back to this at the end of the episode? Like we'll think about it. as
Are we
go.
saying broadcast ones specifically broadcast or
Not
like,
broadcast, like
personal?
for broadcast,
We've got-
like we're part of broadcast. Like we just say your personal one off.
I think we've got a big
easy.
year because this is your last year of uni, right, Kane?
effectively?
Yeah.
I just want to graduate. That's a big one. Dude.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
So I think that will be your
Bro,
goal.
I've been studying the uni for 5 years now. Get me the hell out.
Because
Okay.
I think that's a big deal. Like
Yeah.
5 years of your life, like it's leading to this like penultimate situation. Like so you're going into your
I get
last
people
year.
asking me, "Oh, do you have plans for post grad?" Yeah, get the fuck out of uni. I'm not going back, dude. Please.
All right. So what's yours, Danny?
Well, I have a restaurant that
Okay.
really, 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 really has to be open.
Okay.
and it's big. It has to really it's like a February thing. It has to happen. It really has to happen.
What if it doesn't happen in February?
Then it has to happen.
Okay, it's all or nothing in February, all right?
It's not all or nothing, but it require additional loans after February, and
Okay.
we're gonna really try and avoid the shit out of
Yeah,
that.
randomly in February, that block catches on fire, and there's a big insurance payout.
hey, take that off the path.
Oh dear, but for me, it's a big year. I
Okay.
think because it's like I think I've said before to you guys. It's like I said in the chat. It's like I want to really make a big focus for the broadcast in this. I think we can really turn this into something like big and special. And if we just have to keep that ball moving. And so I've got the restaurant, the club's doing well, the Burger Boy's doing well. Broadcast, I'm like really proud of what we've done here, especially like getting to 42. It's like it's pretty cool.
yeah.
Let's
and
go.
I still like it's very few things after 42 weeks in a row I look forward to and excited to do. every
This
single
whole
week.
podcast journey for me has been, or this content creation journey in general, has been a power of spite. Because when I first started this, I had a lot of my friends being like, haha, what? And then like as it got more and more on, as we started picking up more traction, and now like, hey, I'm showing people the numbers. We got 100 or plus
Yeah.
regular listeners. My friends now are like, oh.
Can I
This is-
can I come and
No,
join?
they're like, this is happening?
I did get bullied by Kelly significantly about it. We
Yeah.
just talked about it on the outside.
So for me, it's spite. I just need to prove to them that I can do it.
All right, now you're LT.
Yeah. Ulti is we get like a celebrity on.
Kang's ulti as a famous person is when he flips and he shaves his head and does some weird shit in the street, right?
Yeah.
Like goes full Britney Spears.
We finally make it. I go on a giant like bender, go crazy.
I imagine Kang's bend is like a Shia LaBeouf buff, like off the walls bender. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Just
what
do it.
about you then? You got a personal thing?
I just want to grow probably Eternal Magic to double its size.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Just business prospects.
Uh,
How was as so far you've had Eternal Magic for over a year now, right?
Yeah. No,
How-
yeah.
You're quite satisfied where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's profitable.
Are you ever going to get someone to help you?
Oh, I already have. Like I have like
Are they more than your children?
no, not my children, but they help with like sorting cards and opening packs and loading cards up, stuff like that.
Do you think this year is a year where you'll move out of the house or you can stay in the house?
No, I'm definitely gonna stay in the house.
Keep the overheads low?
Yeah, definitely. I want to keep overheads low because that's something that all businesses suffer, right?
Yeah.
Through
We don't want to go
overheads,
too deep personal, but like how does your partner deal with the fact that you're in the house operating with people? Is it like
It's all right because it's upstairs.
true?
can't see
It's
it.
not too abrasive. Like
And then I have a shed coming up, getting built in February as well. A very industrial shed.
So you get to have a proper business space.
not business space, just storage.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't like spill all over.
Is it
the
for your
house.
cards?
Yeah, it's just for the cards.
are you going to have to like temperature shelter it somehow?
What do you mean?
Like sheds don't have a good temperature control. It can get
Oh no,
extremely hot,
this is like
cold.
a proper shed.
So it's having insulation and stuff going in?
yeah,
Okay,
pretty
but-
much like a workshop shed.
was like we talked about it very briefly, but like my whole job for 2-3 years before coming back to Perth pre-COVID was like designing and building these buildings
Correct.
up north. So
Similar.
it's
Like it has like insulations.
is it like
the
white
structure-
cushy foam or
yeah,
like
correct. It's foam, and then the structure is like proper. So it's
It's
like
gonna be quite nice to partition you home and work at least.
yeah, definitely. Like I don't want to see like cards in the hall and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the worst.
Well, if you need your delivery, give me a shout.
No, it's all like
It's all in the
It's
package?
all in the package. So they're gonna lay the concrete first, blah blah blah, and then put like it's already in construction, like the fabrication for the shed.
nice.
Yeah, nice. Did
So-
you go to Stratco or some smaller company?
It's a local company
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
in where I live in Ellenbrook.
Yeah.
So it's
When I worked at the bank when I was like 18, there's a guy who had a shed company and he called his shed company Massive Erections.
what?
Yeah.
I hope he's still around.
He was like a 6'2" English guy covered in like England lion tattoos, and his shed company was called Massive Erections. Had it on his car, had it on his like all his bank
Yeah.
statements and his invoices. I was like, all right,
I'm
buddy.
glad.
Well, it's good in a way because everybody's gonna remember it, right?
Yeah, I'm telling the story 12 years later.
Yeah, it's working, right? It's working.
This
Like,
New Year's thing for me is getting harder and harder as I get older. As like staying up 24 hours awake
bro,
is getting.
do you
getting
know?
weary.
I'm turning 40 this year.
Whoa,
What?
big
Yeah,
milestone.
I'm turning 40 this year.
Fucking
big old
mental.
Boro,
man.
dude.
Is this? Oh, we finally got a confirmation of William's age on the podcast. I'd never pick it, Will. I'd never pick it. You like obviously your maturity and your like your accomplishments. There's like proof in that pudding, but you seem so genuinely young.
The greatest offense that ever happened was we had at Burger Boy we have Sarissa and she
Yeah.
had a friend over who doesn't know us at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, guess William's age, and she guessed William as like 26 or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Now guess my age. And she guessed me as like 31.
31 feels like an attack.
I was like-
'Cause you don't look 31.
dude, nothing hit.
Had you
nothing
pissed
hit,
her off before?
Nothing hit my self-esteem harder than that freight train, dude.
Were you here when Lillian guessed my age? Were you here
That was, yeah.
this was almost like, this is like, you know when like there's stuff that we don't say on the podcast because it's like actual personal. This one hurt real. This one hurt. We're here and she was like, it was my birthday like on the 22nd of December, right? And I was here and I actively didn't mention it to anybody. Like I'm not making a big deal out of it. I'm a 33-year-old man. I'm not making a big deal out of my birthday. Anyway, Nem knew it was my birthday. So he mentioned it to Lillian. Lillian comes up. She's like, oh, you didn't say it's your birthday. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not making a big deal out of it. Don't worry about it. And she's like, oh, how old are you now? And I'm like, how old do you think I'm, Lil? Or maybe someone else said,
yeah.
hey,
We
how
went
old,
for the guess it strategy.
How old do you think he is? And she's like, well, you're definitely older than Nem. I'm definitely not older than Nem. I'm absolutely not older than Nem. And so she starts guessing. What should I guess? I was like 38 or some shit. And I was
Yeah,
like,
she guessed. She guessed like close to 40 here, so like north of 30. for
yeah.
sure.
And I was like, ooh. And I was like, and for the poor girl, like she's not taking the piss. She's just she's looking at me in the face, standing like a meter away from me and being like, how old does this fucking guy look? And her guess was like 39 and I'm 33. I'm not sprightly, but I'm also not an old fucking man.
It's the beard, Danny. It's the beard.
Well, for any guys who hasn't seen me last month, I did accidentally shave off my entire beard because I was trimming it and the guard fell off the trimmer and it shaved a big patch out of the left side over here. So I've shrunk down quite a lot recently, but I do need to trim up to the neck. If I trim up here, if it goes too far down the neck, it gets a bit gross. But
You able to grow a beard, Will?
No.
Yeah.
Look like a perv.
I had this. You get the
Look like a
Jay-Z
what?
beard where it's just scraggly.
Sorry?
Look like a what?
Like a perv.
Like a perf. I didn't hear that. That was. If I do, I probably do as well.
It's like a couple of strands, like a jellyfish.
Yes.
Have you seen the picture of Jay-Z where it's really close up in his mustache?
No.
That's what if you
Jay-Z had a mustache at some point?
Yeah, I think he's got it now. That's what the joke is. It's
Oh, no.
it's a really close up image of Jay-Z's face and like this, and the image is like this is what Beyonce sees when he looks up at her husband or whatever. But I had this science teacher called Mr. Dinsdale in year 8 or 9, and he's really tall guy with like he's got that kind of tall man. Like he was probably like he's close to 6'5". He was fucking massive. And he had a really long neck, and he would warn us as young teenagers not to shave your beard too young and like too far down your neck, because his beard went down, like obviously his beard space, and all the way down at the same length as his regular beard, all the way down to his chest hair, and it was just one big strip.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he said, he's like, I
The
shaved.
unified beard.
I shaved too low, too far down his neck, it's starting too young, and eventually his chest hair just matched completely up with his neck hair, and it's like now I have this fear, and sometimes I leave this bit to like underneath the neck too long, because I'm like, well, I can't. How many shaves until it matches
the
my
continents
chest?
away.
And it's like slowly coming down to my chest hair, and I'm like, it's not that far before they match up, bro. I don't want to be Mr. Dinsdale.
You have the tectonic plates colliding, dude.
They're just
continents.
slowly coming to meet. I'm like, fuck, I'm losing hair on the back of my head, and it's just slowly trying to meet at my chest. So,
Danny, you're losing hair.
yeah, in 1 year, I've turned into a hat guy. It's like,
It feels like you're 40, Danny.
yeah, I know. It feels like I'm 42. Well, don't worry.
I used to be able to punch out those 24 hours of wakers, no problem at all.
Yeah.
And then for New Year's, my tradition is go to mate's place, catch up with some old high school mates. We kind of catch up once a year as a, hey, how's everyone been doing since high school kind of thing. And then I stay awake the full 24 hours. I don't go to bed between.
That's some young people shit right there.
Because for me, it's like, I don't know, it's just the thing I've always done. I just like link up the 2 days together. And then
Like up to 2 days.
smooth transition.
Your reaction now is my first reaction when you told me
Just
this as well.
gradient right across the 2024 to 2025.
Ken came in the next day and he's like, I haven't slept. I was like, you can tell, Ken.
And then right at the end of the day, I don't remember going to bed. I just remember waking up and I was in bed.
Yeah, he's asleep in his car in his driveway halfway up the hill.
That's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Because once you like lack of sleep, right, you go into a hallucination, right?
Yeah, not normally after 24 hours. After 24 hours, you should be fine.
Depends on your health and stuff like that. If your blood sugar's low, yeah, it can kick on a lot quicker.
I've never hit hallucination from sleep deprivation.
If everything goes well, when do you graduate?
This year.
I know when.
I think semesters finish November.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool.
And then all the results will come out, and then I'll get like a graduation ceremony during the summer.
Okay.
Can you invite all of us?
Yeah.
Can all the patrons come to
Fuck
celebrate
yeah.
with you?
No, we can't go in. We can just get outside.
Nah,
Sure.
I'll sneak you guys in. There's gonna be a few hundred people there. Who will notice this?
Well, it has to
You got a
be
ticket.
if Kane comes out and there's like
Yeah.
a full cheer squad there. I'll do it. I'll get pom-poms for you.
Dude,
I'm proud of you, man.
I introduced everyone as my parents.
I know so many people that went to uni and completed uni and they made terrible choices in what they did. But you've got a real functional.
Yeah, but I did that as well. I spent 2 years studying design. That was a pointless. Waste of my time.
I guess so, but you're smart enough to change. You've got into a real functional course where you can come out and get a good job and set up the rest of your life.
I've definitely mentioned this before in a couple, episodes on the podcast. But if you go to uni and you got some degree that you're not sure about, it's probably pointless. Like if you go to a university to study game design, good luck, bud.
Yeah, and that's not to shit on everybody doing those things. It's just what are the practicalities of when you've done with it? How is it going to lead to something that's going to be both fulfilling and in this industry economy give you something that's going to be able to set you up for the rest of your life?
You really need to wonder, hey, you're in Perth. What job prospects do you think Perth can provide you?
Yeah, and I definitely said this
You
before.
can do FIFO game design.
If you're doing
LA.
FIFO and then you can game design in your own time in your 2 weeks home, absolutely go for gold.
It's true.
And I'm the 2009 graduate, so it's for high school. So I'm like the peak of the Bachelor of Arts kind of time frame, right? And I know a lot of those guys who are now factory workers and doing this or that or up in the mines, and it's not shitting on those guys, but they could have, you give yourself such a a rough start when you don't have the money coming in when you're young from work and you give yourself a HECS debt. It's not about the fact that you're now a forklift driver. It's like if you were just a forklift driver in 2009 earning like 60, 70 grand a year, you probably have a house by 2014 and you're sorted. Now, if you're finishing like uni, if you're my age at 33, if you finished uni at the age of like 25 and then you entered the workforce, you probably still don't have a house. And like the way they've gone up now, like my parents sold their house in 2023 for 580 grand. We just today we're looking at it. We're looking at the prices. It's valued at 540 grand, 840 grand now. So 560 2023, 840 today.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cooked. And because I've talked before about how a friend of mine lived nearby in Quinns. They bought that house in 2001 for 150 grand.
Nothing, dude.
Sold for 890 this year.
So rich getting richer.
Hey, man.
890. That's 22 years, right? So that's still a lot of time, but that's just so much money. Like most, I don't know.
The one of our I think Zach, who listens to our podcast as well, he has a mate of his who owns their family owns the block of land, Hepburn Avenue where it connects to Tonkin.
Oh yeah.
That empty plot where it's just
nothing there, yeah.
Just nothing there. They own land there, and the government really wants to build development property there. So government just keeps being like, "Will you take this offer? Will you take this offer? Will you take this offer?"
I guess you can just sit there forever until you decide you can retire.
I don't know.
Right?
Can you just say no to the government forever?
I think they eventually can
just take it off you, right?
Yeah.
Because they'll give you market value if they take it off you.
Or hopefully, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a massive,
but the
space,
thing is,
it's a lot of
at the
money.
moment, if they had to give you market value is at peak, so it's probably fine.
So it's either there's two ways to it, right?
Yeah.
So those big lands, like you have the acreage and stuff.
Yeah.
So if they want to develop that place, what to do is the
Raise the
council,
rates.
right?
Yeah.
So just raise the rates.
Yeah.
Till you can't pay for it.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
they subtly force you out.
You actually pay more rates in a more expensive suburb as well. So if you've got an empty block of land in Mosman Park, the rates are like 80 grand a year.
Whoa.
It's exceptionally high. I legitimately I've spoken to someone who's working through this at the moment now.
It's like you're renting that space.
Yeah, 80 grand a year, man. That's so much money.
80 grand?
Yeah, because you have to put a house on there.
Oh, okay.
You can't. They don't want that empty plot because it's
The government's just collecting rent from your own land.
Well, what they generally expect is that it's not going to last too long. They might get 180 grand out of you, but you've also got to think these people are putting $15, $20 million homes. So 80 grand can sometimes really not be
Hey,
anything
so
to them.
what do you reckon the whole situation with how we have inside the city, we have those plots of buildings where just abandoned, nothing happening, like the stockade?
Yeah.
What do you reckon that's the situation?
I think they have developed, what you can do is you can launch development clauses where it's like, hey, it's going to cost us this amount of money to try and fix it and clean it up. It's not a reasonable amount of money for what it's worth. So can you give us more time?
Because in Perth,
you can apply for that.
A famous, one of the most common intersections in Perth, we have just in that corner was an old hat store, like an old timey men's tailor store.
Do you know the area you're talking about, just off the Horseshoe Bridge?
No.
It's called the Stockade, and for the last probably 2 decades, it's just been abandoned and nothing.
Let me check on Google.
When I vaguely remember as being as a child, maybe 6, 7 years old, and that building was open.
Yeah.
It's been closed since.
It's been open in out. I didn't realize I think it was that old, but yeah, it was kind of designed as like an old Western looking building, and it was pretty cool.
It's been abandoned for so long now that in the back of my brain, it's always just been the Stockade.
being closed. Yeah. There's a big chunk of that part of the thing is because
Who owns that place?
Who knows?
who knows? Yeah. Well, you probably could Google it actually, but part of that section is they need to have heritage frontage kept, so it costs a lot more money to keep that. That's a big part of development like Fremantle and stuff. You need to keep the
Cousins George and Evan Kakulas, third generation owners
Kakulas?
of Kakulas Bros.
They own a lot of Perth, like
Yeah.
a lot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, big monies. But it's like you have to keep a certain level of the frontage as heritage certified. So you have to spend a lot of money just making sure that it's kept to look the way it's supposed to be in the first place.
Oh, okay.
And it might add depending on how big the thing is, like 100 to 300 grand in just development, just to make sure you get an expert who comes in and says, yes, is this the plaster they would have used, and this is the finishings and the frontage and all that kind of stuff. And then you can start doing the rest of the development.
That's a waste of money.
So
It is. It's not, because it's part. If you demolish and you remove or you build over that heritage, then you end up with all these buildings looking.
So
the
you'd
same.
rather have it empty than to refurbish
it's hard because Perth, we don't have a lot of heritage and history, so we kind of gotta keep what we have.
Yeah. And the thing is, traditionally, someone will eventually come along and spend that money because they
Fair
want that
enough.
space. And and
You
that's
see European towns where they have really nice old architecture mixed with new architecture. It's kind of cool heritage. We don't have a lot of that in Perth. We got to keep what we got.
We do, but it's in weirdly not central places. Like Fremantle's really big on it, and then so is Guildford. I don't know if you've like been around the Guildford areas.
huge, like houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they give you a badge like heritage house. You can't renovate the front part of your home.
Yeah.
Whatever at the back, you can do whatever shit you want.
Wow, look at that.
So it's actually crazy. Like you go through a house that
You don't own that part of the house, basically.
Wow.
No, it's you still can like
This
do
is rules,
stuff.
yeah.
It's just that half of the house looks really old, and the other half looks like super ultra modern.
kinda
Yeah,
cool.
it's
I like
crazy
that.
how the transition to the ultra modern is insane because the front is all those old architecture with the like verandas and stuff like that, and then you go in the back, it's the most square, clean finished thing you've ever seen.
I was like, I went to this person's house, and like in front is just like wooden floors, and then like just tiles, and then square, and then like high ceiling, like what's
Do
it
you
called?
like contemporary
Sunlight.
modern house design, or do you prefer a bit of old timiness?
I hate it. I hate the new modern stuff. Like it's
Because you're definitely more in touch with a lot of the construction and building of houses.
absolutely. I record most of the houses I go to, and I'm a big architect. I'm a massive architecture fan. Like I spend a lot of time on it. I will follow quite a few guys from Sydney who talk about it as well. The current modern design to try and slap together like square buildings, because you can do ultra modern or like semi 2000s modern in a really interesting like fashionable and thought out way. But a lot of the new stuff is really about making a house look like it's modern, expensive, but on a budget.
So it's efficiency.
Yeah. And it's like it's the same design house after house. Like if you go back to older streets like Mosman Park or in here and like in anywhere close to the city like Yokine, these places, you go down the street, every house is slightly different. Even the brown tile design from the 80s, every house has a different design. But if you go into a new build section of even like a high-end area like Bicton, you can go house, 4 of them are the exact same house. And it's like, then you start to feel like that United States like block housing where
Suburbia.
you know, like what was the Dr. Seuss thing with the little orange mustache guy?
Yep. Thing 1, thing 2, whatever.
Yeah, it starts to feel very much like
the
that.
Lorax.
Yeah, the Lorax. It feels very like the Lorax thing where it's almost the joke of everything being this like copy paste suburbia. That's what these new suburbs start to feel like. And the biggest problem is like this happens in the expensive suburbs. So imagine what's happening in the lower end suburbs. So places like where I live in Banksia Grove and Piara Waters, what they do is they clear that land completely. So there's not even hills anymore. Whereas you go to older suburbs, they didn't have the technology or the equipment to like flatten everything down. So you have streets and hills and trees and natural.
So they just giant bulldozers clear out all the dirt.
Bro, when you go to the new suburb developments, it's insane. They will clear like 50 square kilometers of land. Like you can see from one end to the horizon of just flat land, no trees, no nothing, and they restart. And it makes sense for development and building and cost effectiveness, plumbing, all of that stuff makes perfect sense. But at the end of it, you get a perfectly flat land, no trees, and like maybe in 30, 40 years when people replant trees, they'll be up there. But it's like at the moment, and the thing is like they've shown in massive studies how the trees around houses dramatically reduces the heat off of like of coming in because of just the shade on your house and stuff like that. So it's super hot. It's not efficient for like energy and electricity and aircon, all those things. And you just get copy paste housing. So like when we moved into Banksia Grove, we had to, because we were like in like cottage blocks where they're really close together. It's 10 meter frontages. So 10 meters is like less than my truck, right? We picked from all different houses and we had to pick like a gable, which is the pointy triangle bit at the front of the house. We had 3 to pick from and we had to pick from those 3. And then when our neighbors moved in to like when they built their houses, they had to review the gable that we've got. So they had a different gable to what we had. Then it's like, and all it is
tries to get some like instead of everyone having the same.
But what it is, there's only 3 to pick from.
So you have a pattern. As
you go down the street, it's just like a zigzag pattern of the same gables the whole way down the street. So I get what they're doing, but even the effort they put in to make it look better,
it's that efficiency to just get houses out.
It's
as fast as possible.
Smash them out as much as possible.
Interesting.
Because my mate lives in that big development block in Bradburn. It's like the Whiteman Park space.
Yeah.
And it's just, you'll just tell where it's like just rows and rows of houses. Go.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it's like, I get it in like a lower social housing. Like we didn't have any money to build a house. We weren't building anything flashy, having any cool like frontages. But when you're talking about a $15 million home, you can afford to have a proper architect come in and design you something. Like, why does it have to be? Because what you see mostly is like a big square at the front, 2 rectangles coming down. It's like just that very blocky.
What is your vision of the ideal home? Let's say money is not a problem, and you could place like your design for a home. What would you like?
I like country style
hole.
veranda full all the way around the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love a hobbit hole.
Like an old style like cottage in the country.
You like acreage?
Yeah, I think so. With trees around it and having the veranda go all the way around the house is amazing.
Nice.
It's funny you say
Ideal
the
horses.
hobbit hole thing. I actually genuinely heavily believe in like
His name is
integrating nature. With
Yeah,
the
nature on
Danny.
top.
Danny has an alter ego. His name is Danny Dutton.
yeah, just done without any of the influence or power. I don't know if you guys, in places around the world, they're starting to do it a lot. Japan and China is actually really big for it. In the affluent areas of China, all the roofs have gardens on top, every single one. And as you come down the, I guess they're built a little bit closer to like Babylonian periods.
It's like the hanging garden style
Yes,
thing.
they're starting. The big thing
Singapore has this a lot, right?
yeah. Well, the big part is a lot of those plants suck in the bad carcinogens and like smoke and stuff from the air. Like they're filtering the air as they grow, but it looks cleaner. They create oxygen. All that stuff is really important to having like natural and healthy airflow. But it looks amazing.
Boy,
And, like,
you guys have seen the dystopian image of like the Indian like class difference.
with the house on top.
Yeah, there's this like skyscraper in the middle of just the slums, and the
Yeah.
top of the skyscraper is a mansion.
Do you
And
know?
it just
Do you know what he's
stares
talking
down.
about?
I can show you the image, William, but it's just photo where it's just skyscraper
Well,
in the middle of slums,
in-
and the top of the skyscraper is just a mansion.
They've got grass and everything. So the zoom in, you think it's like a country club house in the middle of like, I don't know, like Florida. And then it zooms out and it's on top of like a 20-story high rise.
I know the one of the richest family in India. He owns like his house is actually the whole skskyscraper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I believe they do own the whole.
Wait, the
everything
Uber
underneath
Eats
it.
driver has to be like, which floor are you on? What about you,
Bro,
William?
I don't think you need Uber Eats when you have your own
True, you have a
personal
private
chef, right?
Yeah. What about you? You got an ideal home, like an idea of a concept of a home?
I want a cliff house.
With a view. Yeah.
Like a Tony Stark
Yeah.
LA mansion thing.
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't
so.
need it
It's an
very
amazing
big.
idea.
Like I just need it. Like I want to be.
You want seaside view?
Yeah.
You
Nice.
can in Perth you have to pick which one you want because you
We
can
don't
do
have that many clips, right?
Yeah, well, there's plenty.
Albany,
of,
right?
There's plenty of. If you want to go Perth suburbs, there's plenty of hillside, but it's up in the hills to the east. But you can see in a lot of those locations, you can see all the way south, all the way north, and towards the ocean. But you are east, so you're going about half an hour, 20 minutes east of Perth, right? But there's heaps of hillside.
I don't want hillside. I want
but
I want cliff.
There's no real cliffs except for like Dalkeith and Netherlands. But there's blocks are starting at like 70.
No, I think-
No, I mean like money is not a question.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We're talking
then-
about,
then
right?
I definitely
there's-
envision that Tony Stark style home.
Yeah, pretty much.
for William.
In the around all of the estuary of like Fremantle in there, there's a few blocks there on side of Bicton and Mosman Park. And then as you go further in Dalkeith and Netherlands, there are some very prime time like on top of the cliff. It's maybe 40 meters, 30 meters. So not massive cliffs, but you're getting your block ends, you can see the water and there's not in a million years someone's climbing up there.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if you ever go down this, the Swan River for whatever reason, there's a lot of houses you can see from the water back up the hill that you would never be able to see from the
Boy, William just has
roads.
I like to see
castle
like,
walls, murder holes,
Yeah.
a catapult and trebuchet, keep invaders out.
Did you see, I don't know, because William doesn't add me on Facebook for whatever reason, but did
I
you?
did. I already added you on Facebook.
didn't?
Yeah.
You still didn't.
He's doing it right now.
Did you see the photos that I posted of Dalkeith over the Christmas break?
I looked at him. I don't know.
well, you didn't add me as a friend.
Yeah, because I deleted that. I can't have pending requests going out. That's not sad of me, William. I'm going to not accept you for 2 years. But there's a few houses that I delivered to, and it's one of the most expensive streets in the entire country, and they have a massive, massive block. It's like that's the one where the Rolls Royce Phantom stuff was that I went to.
yeah.
And they've got a massive house there overlooking
That's
the
money.
water, and they're renovating that house. And the guys were talking about it, and those people are living in the house next door. So they've got their house and the house next door, and they each want to be in the like $70 to $90 million range. It's fucking
Hectic,
crazy.
dude.
And Yeah, and they had an old Thunderbird in there and some like really some really sick cars and stuff with her.
He was
And
a car collector.
yeah, it was the what's the British one with the wings? I always forget the name. It starts with an A.
Aston Martin?
Yeah, it's an
Oh,
Aston Martin.
yes,
Yeah, they had a like a limited edition Aston Martin. I think it was like 7 of them or something. We looked it up. Oh, I remember. I can't remember. But it was like there's some like baller cars and like these properties were in crazy and like you can see all the Swan River, but when you're down on the water, you can't even see them because there's so many trees and foliage, and these are some of the most expensive properties in the middle of the city, and it feels like you're in the.
Hey, we're gonna have the most expensive house. Residential house built in Perth, which is in
the
Chittering.
world?
Yeah,
The Japanese guy, right?
yeah. It's not Japanese.
Wait, so guy's building the most expensive home
200 mil.
ever?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's actually from Perth. No, not from Perth. Sorry, his company is from Perth. So he has like some Japanese name, but he's from Malaysia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I was like, oh, interesting.
so you can become friends and
No,
get us
I don't think so.
Yeah,
on the board's investments.
Get him on the
mil.
episode.
200 mil just on the house.
He's an architect as well, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
it is.
Where does the 200 million?
No,
go?
he's
Is it just size or also?
on.
I mean, you're picking the best.
It's because like
components
he
and
has
parts.
like what 30, 40 rooms or something like that.
Yeah.
It's in Chittering. Chittering is
Goddamn.
just above
Is
Bullsbrook, yeah.
Because of the companies that I work for, there's a pretty good chance I'll end up there.
He's an inventor. That's why he's so rich. Yeah, he invents something.
entrepreneur. Inventor
Yeah,
something?
so he's an inventor. So he invented something, and then that invention is still like probably a lot of royalties and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
Like
He invented the hydrogen bomb.
I deliver a lot of like.
I don't think you make a lot of money from that.
Yeah, because the Germans made it, and then the US just stole them, right? They just stole the Germans. A lot of the work that I do is the marble stone, and I work for, I would say, 9 out of 10,
Probably
11
soon.
of the
Boy, marble
of
is
the
really
premium
expensive.
ones.
Like
yeah.
proper
So
marble is expensive.
then he's gonna be like, I'm going to Chittering.
Well, it is like, and that's why I always try to pay attention because I really do appreciate. And if the people are there and the owners are there, I will talk to them. I will ask questions. Like sometimes people don't love it all the time, but I'll ask. I was like, hey, do you mind if I ask questions about it? And like, I always ask if they're very wealthy and they're there, I'll always ask them what they do for work. I'm always interested to see like how at me at 33 even and me at 24, I was always interested to see what you'd have to do.
And then he's like, have you ever heard of a podcast?
Well, I think it's really interesting to see what propels people to that level of wealth. And it's like, you very rarely will get like, but it has happened. A few people have been like, oh, my parents were just super rich, or their parents are super rich, and they'll just admit it. But a lot of guys are like, the entrepreneurs, or a lot of the guys will say like, I had a business, but I got really lucky. Like I
Correct.
think the guy,
I think luck plays a lot.
yeah.
In every factor of life, luck is unavoidable. It's,
Yeah, I think luck is like
you can't
have like
hold
10
luck against yourself either.
if you could have 10 people working really hard, like similar, like working hard, like level 10, right? Everybody's doing it at level 10, but one person will make it because he had that opportunity, right?
And I think what a lot of successful business people will say is like hard work will allow luck to stick. Like
Right.
you can get lucky, but if you're like lazy and you're not doing anything, it's
just-
not going to amount to anything.
It's just like probability, right? Because if you're hardworking, you are just increasing the frequency.
yeah. It still takes someone willing to find the opportunity and take advantage of opportunity.
So it's the increasing the frequency for you to hit that luck.
Yeah.
So pretty much if you're lazy, then for you to hit that luck, like if you don't buy lotto, you're never gonna get it, right? So it's just like if you buy a lotto every day, then there's a
By putting in the hard work.
Yeah. Same
Like,
thing.
We've been talking about a lot about like the gym lately because I've signed up with Lucas. I've been going.
I
Kane's
signed up
been
as well.
talking about. I'm
What?
going with
The
Tom.
gym?
I signed up to gym. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This
And
year,
we're all
man.
going now. We're all signed up to the same gym, so I can take like Kang and
Damn.
Tom and Lucas, and we can all have a big gym session.
The goal for me is like very modest, right? I just want to, as long I'm seeing progress and I'm progressing, even if it's 1% a week that I'm improving on. By
which
end
gym
of
is
the
it?
year, that's 50%.
Revo.
Oh, Rivo. Oh, nice.
So we're talking about this Revo because the owner for Revo is like 38, right? Because they've obviously like it feels like it's brand new and it's opened up like a lot of like branches recently. So we're looking into it, and he actually started in 2012, and up until a year or two ago, he had 32 branches around the country, and obviously done super successful. He started here in Perth in Shenton Park.
I think
hired
the
out,
majority
like,
of his gyms are in Perth.
Yeah. He's got quite a few over east now, but so up until about 2 years ago, he had 32 branches he'd got up to in the last since 2012. But like 2012 was a long time. time. You know what I mean? Like it's a long time to slowly build your way up there. It's like things don't happen overnight. Like it's a decade of hard work. But from 2022 to end of 2025, he'll have 50 branches open. So it really shows like that
growth.
Yeah, that like explosion of growth where it's like, it took him a decade to like build up to a certain level, and now he can open 10 more in the next year, essentially, right? And it's like I think that's it kind of shows it's like we just see Revo building now and like, oh, this guy's super young and he's opened all these branches, he must make so much money. But in the reality is it's taken him 10 years to get to that point. And you just see the end success, not all that.
It's that snowball where
hard work in the first place.
So what is your goal like in the gym?
With the gym?
Like what do you do? Like what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
For now, I want to see where the road takes me. Like I said, for me, I just want to make sure that I'm seeing progress every week. And even if I see 1% of progress every week, at the end of the year, I made 52%, right? So it's going to small increments. I just want to make sure, because like
keep the
I can
momentum.
feel the atomic habits coming out in the discussion. Right? Have you I know you're a big book reader, but have you heard of Atomic Habits?
No.
It's a very, very popular best-selling.
I recommend it as an audiobook as well. Yeah. It's very short. It's only like 5 hours.
Not
5 hours.
It doesn't have to be you, William, but if you're like a listener and you want to feel like you want to try and achieve something for this year, buy the $10 book on audiobook and just have a listen to it.
It's a fantastically laid out book with the really cool examples to kind of give you a perspective on. And the whole point of the book is how to understand how habits work, approach your habits, and maybe change your perspective and your approach so that you create better habits yourself.
Yeah. I think for me, what it does, it really is it articulates in a better way what I try to get the point across is like, just get up and do it every day. Like all the planning, all the saying you're going to do stuff is nothing. Just like we plan to do things here, it's not nothing because we're not doing it.
Yeah, it's like one day or day one.
Yeah, if we weren't strapped down to this like a table right now and we said we go karting, I would just make us go karting right now. It's not that. But
you have to love progress. You have to be addicted to the idea of you want progress in your life.
That's good. Yeah, I do that too. Like that's how I do. I don't want to go to gym. So what I do is I tell myself like, look, I started off with like 5 push-ups.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Whatever works for you is important. I think the big thing is to find what works for yourself.
Because the reason why I don't want to do it because like to go to gym, like you have to go out and then you're like, oh, it's raining, I don't want to go out. And then it gives excuse and stuff. Like it's like if I do a push-up at home, I have no excuse.
For me, it's important to have a measure to see where I am. So I knew when I was younger, for example, the push-up is a very obvious example of like your general like upper body strength and stuff, whatever. When I was young, no problems with push-ups, right? I would do sets of 20 and I keep going. And then I think like beginning of last year, I tried to do a push-up. I couldn't even do 5. So it was important for me to see where I was when I was young and how far I've atrophied. And then for me, it was important to just see progress, kind of climb myself back up to a certain level. So like I'm now at a point now where I can go back to doing sets of 20. I can do maximum of like 30-ish, and then I kind of die. But I know that I went from 5 to 30. I know that I saw progress over the course of 1 year.
That's good.
I think especially with the gym, there's such a base level of for the average person going to the gym, it should just be about like mobility and retention of like the bodily functions you've got now. So the biggest thing is as like atrophy is like such a good word.
If you just don't use it, it just goes away.
People used to think it's like, oh no, you work hard, your body starts to deteriorate, and like a lot of young people's opinions is like, oh, they don't want to grow old and be decrepit and not be able to like do things for themselves. But the reality is, there's like 70 to 90-year-old people out there right now who've eaten healthy, they've got the sleep, and they've done a basic level of exercise to make sure their muscle retention, predominantly in their back, which is the most important muscles you've got because it helps keep your spine in the curve that it's supposed to be and not because we do so much sitting, so much in front of screens, all that kind of stuff.
Back though, people would neglect the lower core. A big part of your posture is actually in your lower core as well.
Yeah.
So
that all these things, like you don't have to go into the gym and get crazy and do all these crazy weights. It's about just keeping up just a daily, weekly exercise of these basic muscles.
Do some planking.
No, I hate planks.
Why?
I know I should, but I hate it.
It's good.
I remember reading somewhere that what you can do out of planking, you can just do out of actual exercises. Whatever you achieve out of planking.
Most stuff will hit the core most of the time.
The upper core is easy. It's the lower core that's hard, right?
Yes or no. Everything is, the thing is, if your goal is to get a 6-pack, which is hard, then you have to go crazy out. But if you're doing most other exercises, it's working the
visible
core
abs is final boss.
Yeah.
Final boss of any workout.
That's diet.
Yeah, that's diet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abs is all diet. It's not really exercise.
Hey, going back to the mention about the houses and the dream houses and stuff, you have, funny enough, you mentioned that you want a house, Danny, you want a house that's more connected to nature, that kind of acreage with a veranda.
Yeah, absolutely,
the country.
Dutton.
I have in my mind, I'm very similar where I really would love a home that's like, has nature integrated inside of it. I don't know if you've seen images of where someone has a home.
Courtyard.
No, they have a home where it's like a tree they've been built around an old, like,
like a courtyard.
tree.
Yeah.
And it has like things like, what did you say?
Courtyard.
Courtyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the tree's in the middle and then the house is surrounding it.
Yeah.
It's a courtyard.
And then there's like hammocks and a lot of nature's been integrated through. I love the idea of, hey, I'm gonna go to my like shower and I walk out and it's like a waterfall.
There's like mosquitoes.
It's like that house I went to where you could see to the garden while you're peeing, but your neighbor could also
Sure. But for me, it's like, I want to go have a wash. I'm just going to walk out into the waterfall.
I don't know what this
and mosquitoes and leeches.
I don't know what the specific term is.
The fantasy. Let me live in my fantasy.
Well, leeches are probably only in like natural water. You could probably stop leeches being in your own pond, in your own yard.
But when you start having like trees and stuff, it'll start. You start attracting leeches.
Nah, because you shouldn't get. Leeches shouldn't just. They don't just move in. They got to come from somewhere.
Somewhere.
You've ever had leeches on you?
I'm sure.
Leeches can't.
You guys ever had leeches on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I live in Malaysia.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
You go on the
fresh
river and you
water in
walk out, you're
WA
like,
has
oh,
leeches.
shit.
Yeah.
Then my whole socks is red.
Ugh.
Gross.
It's bitten me and like I didn't know.
I don't know what they're called, like in a specific term, but in like a lot of the building guys will call them like Chinese gardens, and it's very popular in modern. Modern housing.
The interior garden.
Yeah, so what'll happen is like you'll have like a structure that's built around, like it's kind of like a courtyard, but you can't enter it. It's usually glassed off, and there's like a flowing pond or a river or something in there, and it's actually super common in a lot of new expensive houses.
Talking about courtyard, I just watched Gladiator 2.
Hey.
Yeah, I finally joined the
You caught
Gladiator 2.
you caught up
I'm
with the
proud of
Gladiator
it.
2 club.
Yeah,
Did you
not
like
too
it?
bad. Yeah. I like it.
Did you notice, William?
What?
I got my earrings pierced on this other side here
Yeah.
because I watched Gladiator as well. And,
Whoa, is that the reason?
yeah, that's why I did it, because you know the Denzel
Old mate
Washington.
Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the two big rings on either side, and I was like, I can look
You
like
want to
Denzel
tell
Washington.
someone? You want to tell someone your house is mine? You owe me 10,000.
You mentioned
dollars.
you
house
mentioned
is mine.
Denzel after we watched Gladiator 2, we mentioned Denzel Washington, and you're like, oh, what's your favorite Denzel Washington movie? And I went back and I forgot how many movies he was in.
He's been in a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because I recently
And
rewatched
most of them are good. Like he's got a more good than bad.
I rewatched American Gangster.
Oh, that's so good.
And I was
American
like, oh,
Gangsters.
yeah, he did a great job in that one too.
Yeah.
That one is the best because it's a true story, though.
Did you go
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Did you go watch Man on Fire? That was my
not
suggestion.
yet.
That's my favorite one.
Not yet.
It's real. Like it's yeah. If you go and read the I read the whole thing.
So you know the courtyard in the homes, in a lot of Asian homes, is because everyone lives together as a family. So you kind of just have each partition of like that home is a family, and then when you kind of gather together in the courtyard.
Yeah, I've told you about that. I don't know if I told the podcast. So I apologize if I have, but I've talked about the guy who has the house in Como. He had the Rolls Royce in the house.
Yeah.
And he bought 6 houses all backing onto each other.
So you can just build a massive property.
And then, it's basically turned all the central courtyard, like all the yards into one big central courtyard or like yard. And it was like, had like water running through it. And like, because now you've got 6 gardens worth of space to build like a kind of like a botanical garden kind of situation. It was fucking cool. And he had a Rolls Royce in the bottom floor of one of the houses that he got the Rolls Royce driven in there and then built the wall back around it so it couldn't get stolen, because it was like a collector's edition of a Rolls Royce.
so it's like what's his name? Adrian.
Oh, the Melbourne guy?
Yeah.
Or Sydney? The LMC?
Melbourne, yeah, LMCT guy.
LMT, yeah, or whatever it is, yeah.
What am I? Wait.
Have you, is it LMC? LMC.
LMCT.
Yeah, that's why.
This is going right over my head.
He's a young guy. He's probably 36, 37 maybe now. He made his money. He started doing like Uber Eats and stuff here when he was young. Then he went to America and worked in nightclubs and driving limousines. He came back here and started a car auction business. He didn't come up with the idea. There was quite a few running before that, like for like 4 or 5 years beforehand, but he really marketed it well. And what they do is it's a lottery, but you buy tickets for mostly cars. Now they're up into houses and stuff like that as well. And they started like real low. Like it'd be like a Nissan Skyline for 40 grand. People would buy $10 like tickets.
Whoa.
And it's like
It's
a
a
raffle.
raffle.
He's making money
Yeah,
off
it's
raffles.
essentially a raffle. Yeah. And but he's turned it. He's one of
He
the
made
richest
it
people
such
in
a
the
way
country.
that it's not a raffle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's not like
So really,
it's
it came
gray
down to
area,
he had
very
a-
gray.
He had a strong idea that he believed in, and he just executed it well.
Executed exceptionally well.
So
He became the
That's modern day entrepreneurship, right? Modern day entrepreneurship is you really believe in an idea and you're able to execute it well.
He became the youngest richest person in the country. He got into the top 100 youngest richest people in the entire world. He's now one
He's a
of
billionaire, yeah.
He's now one of the most richest people in the country. I can't remember the
Did
numbers.
he
so I'm not gonna say
transition
it out loud.
his business into something else, or was it still
No,
just
no, it's
that?
just
Still
It's
doing
the
that?
same, yeah.
Yeah. His big claim to fame this year, or the 2024.
He's like making money like Lottery West.
So yeah,
Straight
basically,
lotteries,
yeah.
right?
But
In a way, yeah.
For the people winning the prize, the chance is much higher, but still very low.
Gotcha.
Because the chance of winning the lottery is
Whatever.
almost nothing, right? Whereas
Astronomical.
The chance of winning these cars is high, is much higher than the lottery, but still very fucking low. But anyway, but his big claim to fame in 2024 was that for the last few years he's been buying, the block, like where they renovate the houses. He's been buying the block
TV
house.
show.
Yeah. So because usually there's I don't watch it, but I've read the story about this. I think there's usually about 6 couples, and they all rent out houses, and at the end of the block they auction those houses off, and the couple gets the difference between how much it costs to build the house and what they sell it for. So that's how they win their prizes. Well, there's I didn't realize, but this Adrian guy and there's a few other Australians. They're pretty much all bought by the same people, these blocks, auction going house, and then they give them to family members or they rent them out again or whatever it is, right? Because then people want to go live in these block houses. Anyway, this year, his claim to fame was he bought all 6. He bought all 6, and then he gave them, because this year they did like it was an old
resort.
It was an old resort, and they divided it up into 6 houses or 8 houses, whatever it is. And then, but it had all this it was kind of weird though, because it was separate houses, but it had all of this common area. So there was like a theater and a swimming pool and like a big outdoor dining area.
So really,
It's a clubhouse, like
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
staying like a
They just
it's pretty
on the-
much a host, like a resort. Yeah,
as
So
a TV show, that everyone just got a different part of the resort.
correct.
Well, and so he overbid by quite a lot to make sure that he got all of the properties together. And then he said on the show that he was going to give it to his family and like to where he liked it. But in the end, he's now raffling those off as part of the thing.
No, he's just raffled the whole thing off.
Yeah.
One, if you win it, you win the whole thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that
8
happened on
million.
Boxing Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
What's the cost of like a raffle ticket?
No, it's cheap.
yeah,
It's like $10.
Yeah, because you buy them, they start at like $10, $20, and then you can buy packets.
Fucking hell.
You can buy like stacks.
Yeah.
You can buy the what's it called? Syndicate.
But it's like I get it as like a average punter earning an average wage.
Of course.
You're never going to be able to buy this.
It's like the
you can
fun of
spend
it.
$50 on that to see, and maybe, but that's the lottery. That's this problem is you get sucked in because that's the lottery thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, if I could win $1 million, but you're never going to win $1 million.
Just gambling, right? It's the same thing.
Same
It's kind of really
thing.
going
It is
in,
same thing. It's
hopes
the
and
odds.
wishes,
It's the same shit.
dreams.
Same shit, different story.
Then you win it, and you have to wonder what the fuck you're gonna do with it.
At least with
Nah, you can take cash.
at least with the advent of
clever.
social media, though, is
And
right.
he raffles it off again.
Yeah, because that's what they do with like when you like win a Ferrari. Because like the average person can't win a Ferrari. Like if I won a Ferrari, where the fuck am I putting a Ferrari? The insurance on a Ferrari is super high. I probably wouldn't even get it.
Maintenance as well.
Yeah, maintenance is super high. So the average person just takes the cash and then they just sell the Ferrari or they auction off again or whatever like down the track. But like at least with the advent of the social media and like for something like this is when somebody wins, you can see their name. You can often see the video of the guy dropping off the car to him. Whereas like the lottery is like nobody ever knows anybody who fucking wins a lottery. You know what I mean? Like I know one guy's won the lottery twice, and he's like of people who you'd hope would have a good break. It's not a guy. You're like they probably deserved a break to win $1 million twice. So it's like most people don't know anybody who's won the bloody lottery, and it's like, but at least with the like social media, it feels like not clarity, but like when something's like it seems fair. What's the word?
Yeah, it's more transparent.
Transparent. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
You guys
it feels
see the-
transparent. Someone
like
you
what-
can see someone get the car.
You know, it's like when Mr. Beast on YouTube does
Yeah.
the crazy challenges. Hey, you win
Beast
$1 million.
Games.
Yeah. You guys
These
see-
games is like crazy though.
I haven't watched Beast Games on Amazon, but I've had people tell me that's actually like pretty entertaining.
They're advertising it hard. I get advertising on my phone all the time.
If you had the opportunity of attending one of these, would you
Yeah.
just go for it?
Why not? Yeah. Even like what?
And then you become the ass who's like, do you want to take this and take this 50K cash and all your teammates just loses the game?
Yeah.
Take it.
I like his videos always have that hook of like, you can like fuck everyone else and you can get something out of it. But if you do it at the wrong time, you'll lose it for you and everybody else. So it's like, it obviously makes good viewing content because it's like people like you and me like to sit behind the screen and be like, yeah, fuck that guy for being a shit.
Yeah, enhancing the drama.
It's
Yeah,
like, hey, 50K or going home with nothing.
Talking about drama as well,
50K.
we're finally going to retouch. I think we have every set of Magic that comes out, we like to do the draft where we pick out our favorite cards and see who makes the most margin at the end.
Yeah.
So we haven't done this one for a while, so let's go back and touch upon it. We did one for Foundations. I did the maths for it. You can skip me. Don't worry about it.
Before I launch into pricing, how are we feeling about Foundations?
I like it as a
good.
set. Fantastic set. You're not really going to Foundations with the idea of making money. But what it did do was inject a lot of fun, new, and very playable cards for Standard.
Because I unfortunately don't get to be in the shop that much, right? But I've opened up, I finished on the 20th of December, and I've been in the shop at least 4 or 5 hours every day since then. Like every day I've come through. I've spent time in here talking to customers, speaking to people. The amount of people that picked up Magic in the past maybe 2 months
Foundations brought a
because
lot
of
of
Foundations,
beginners.
incredible. Like all the starter products where you get like a starting deck and a bunch of lands and a bunch of different colored stuff, like the clicker, the click life totals. All like the amount of people that have started in the past 2 months because of Foundations is like marketing genius. Like incredible amount of people who are coming in like calling us, do we have Foundations product? Like saying, oh, I've just picked up Magic. You know, I spent years being a bit daunted about where I'm supposed to begin, what I do, and this product that like is designed specifically for this has clearly
moving
hit the
away
mark.
from even just the name of core set and just calling it Foundations. It's a clear indicator to beginners or people on the fence that, hey, Foundations means you can start playing from here.
Yeah.
Right. So great job in the marketing.
For us, we see that conversion from 40K players, like Warhammer players, other card games into Magic is there. The Magic draw isn't crazy. Like, you know, obviously we see Fab and One Piece, and we see for Magic and for Warhammer 40K specifically, because we've been open 5 years now, and I've been doing this a long time even before that. You see the waves. Like certain editions are good, certain editions are not good. So like 7th and 8th 40K. 7th was arguably very popular for some people, very bad for others.
Yeah, 7 was a spike. 8 was definitely not a spike.
Yeah, 8 was
Downfall.
hard down. And it's like you see these waves if things get popular, and when things like 40K and Magic become less popular, people start to bleed out into other hobbies. And like for 40K, it's always like it used to be War Machine and X-Wing and like Song of Ice and Fire. Like Star Wars Legion. They leach out. But as soon as a 40K good edition comes back in, almost everybody comes back to it. And it's not everybody in the sense of like 100%, but it's 95%. Like
when the crowd really wants to get back in and enjoy Warhammer again, everyone kind of follows the tide.
Absolutely. And I think
it's like the wave, right? It is just the ocean pushing in and out.
It's just that popularity wave. It's like I think Magic's at a brand new peak on that. Like
it's
on
hit
that
a high
thing.
tide.
Yeah, if there's like a Richter scale, like we're peaking hard because One Piece players are getting back on, Fab guys, people that traditionally who've like kind of like you're like I'm done with Magic, I've sold all my stuff, coming back through because of the popularity and like the ease of getting into it is pretty cool to see, but
There's
also
a
very
rising
interesting.
tide of card game players where other card game popularity and Magic popularity is raising all the card games popularities. So, but anyway, onto the Foundation game.
All right, Big Will, if you were to say percentage wise,
I already know.
you know,
You've been
tracking
You
it?
saw the screenshot earlier.
All right. So I think the most important thing is earlier in the week, I won Highlander here on Wednesday night.
You won.
I
Oh my
won.
God, let's
I
go.
won. In the
Danny won his first 7-point Highlander event.
Let's go.
It is funny, like Kang and I were the top two. So
Boy.
everybody else had to wait for us to finish to hand out the prizes. And then because obviously Kang and I don't give ourselves prizes at our own store, that's insane. So the winners for the night was Sam and Tom? Was it Tom?
Nah, Tom didn't do so well.
Sack of Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
What deck did you play, gang?
I was playing John.
Okay.
Oh, the second and first prizes went to the third and fourth. So good job, guys. Proud of that.
Well done. Well done, Danny.
It's like fairly consistently now that if I do play an event, I'm like the final seed and you have to go through me to get the champions. So on the group chat we're in, I got nicknamed Goro. So, you know, in Mortal Kombat, you have to beat the final boss. It's like Shao Kahn to get to the end.
It was quite fun because I used to be good at Magic. I actually used to be good. I was younger. My brain worked better. It was before I was epically tired. But if you notice, I've been doing regular normal shifts at the club and then having 8 hours sleep. So I sleeped Daniel can
You're
still do
supercharged.
things. Yeah.
Super Saiyan
That's
Danny.
good.
And then
The battery's fully charged.
so I did super well at Highlander. I'm very proud. And it's also cool. Like very rare that you and I get to play in the same thing at all. Like I can't actually remember the last time that we had that opportunity.
Yeah, we've matched up in an event.
Yeah, so like holiday times and a Wednesday, and it's usually a bit cruisier here. Love that. Anyway, I won that, and then I come in and win Foundations pricing, baby. So I'm a 2 for 2. That means I'm definitely getting hit by a car this weekend because that's way too much luck for me in one single week.
Yeah, the karma has to kick you back down.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy. I'm up by 4. Is it in dollars or percentage are we looking at?
So the dollar amounts are next to the cards, and the final number are percentage amounts, which are highlighted in green or red.
So I'm up by a whopping, massive, like exuberant number of 4.44%.
Yeah.
Hey, like Vin Diesel says.
Of all the cars that Danny picked, and then so basically, let's quickly summarize how much money.
Wait.
So what were the cars you picked?
Hold on.
Wait.
In the words of Vin Diesel, winning by an inch or winning by a mile. A win is a win.
A win is a win. How many Fast and Furious quotes do you just have stored up in that brain of yours?
All of them.
I'm just waiting for Adam J. Fast and Furious cigarette. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, do you remember how I bought that Too Fast, Too Furious? It was Fast and Furious? Which one? That house, the little mini house.
With a diorama.
Wait, somebody comes in, it's a couple months ago now, but they come in, they're like, this is fucking sick. And they bought it like seconds after entering the building. I was like, I am a marketing genius. I bought it as a joke because you were building like a family, like a race car magic deck. And we're always talking about family. And I bought it from like one of our distributor Icon who was notoriously
It was a mini diorama figurine piece of Dom's home from Fast and Furious.
Like, I think
you look at this and you're like, why would anyone buy this?
And I bought it as a joke because it's like we were talking about it constantly. And then Icon, who's like traditionally really bad at like shipping their products, it rolled live like 6 months later. And I was like, well,
you reckon the distributor was like, holy shit, someone bought it as well.
Yeah, they got to send a guy to the
guy
back
who bought it? It goes home like family.
It's a family home. Anyway, I don't know, but we're way off track here. But look. I didn't win super spectacularly, right?
Hey, but you were also the only one to make any profit. Because I think early on in the Foundation game, I mentioned, hey, because this is a set that's going to be around for a while, realistically, it's unlikely for us to make profit. So really, it's who loses the least money,
amount of money, yeah.
Which I didn't.
So I lost money on Lily of the Dread Horde, Rite of Replication, and Authority of the Councils. Now, oh no, that went up. Oh my God, that went up.
Yeah. Authority of the Consoles went up. Oh my God. I think it's like $6 to $8.50 now.
So Lily was a reprint. It's gone down from $9.50 to $6. So I'm okay with that. It's a bit. Rite of Replication's gone down 50 cents. Also not bad.
Yeah.
For going from 5 to 4.5, to me, that's the same amount of money.
Minimal margin loss is okay.
Authority of the Council has gone up by $1. That's a reprint. I'm on the reprint train. Swift Boots went up 50 cents. Also reprint. It's a staple. It's always a staple. Yeah. And some of the high-end Swiftfoot boots now are like $70, $80. Well. Yeah. And then Bloodthirsty Conqueror is just a baller card. It's gone up by $5. So that's where most of the work has been done.
$5 increase, baby. But hey, it got you that 4.44% margin, right?
Did you guys make money on any of your choices?
Fuck,
I did. I think I did some. I think the rabbit.
The Twin Flame Tyrant went up by $1.
Yeah, let's go.
For you. On day one, some of those were selling for $500. Not now.
Oh, the
Twin Flame Tyrant.
Explicitly like the chase art version.
Yeah. So they peaked hard. Your Blasphemous Act, again, reprint. Oh, no, Blasphemous Edict, sorry. So it's, that went by $1.50 and your Heir Apparent went from $6 to $7.
Let's go.
I've seen a few people coming through and asking, because the Heir Apparent is the cute little rabbit where you can play as many in your deck as possible. Yeah. It's actually not bad. So people are playing in Standard. It's one of the most popular decks on MTG Arena. And then, which is the online version. And then it's obviously Commander. People love doing stuff like that. So people have been coming in and asking and calling if we have any like Heir Apparents it's pretty consistently. And it's like we may as well start a pet shop because people want those fucking rabbits, I can tell you. Mm-hmm. So you made $1 in total, William. You made positive $1.50.
No, negative.
Yeah, but in all the things he made money on, he made $1.50. Gotcha. Everything else is down. But that is much better than Kang, who only...
Whoa, hold on. Back on William, how much money did he make off Size 7 Deaths?
It's gone down.
Yeah,
33 to 25.
Oh, sad. If I didn't do that, I would be making money.
Yeah. Although I looked it up on one of the game shops today and it was selling for $35. So...
No, these are all CK prices.
Oh, okay. It's
all right.
Yeah, we measured off CK prices.
Look, we've been playing a lot of Highlander lately. Kang's the funniest part is Kang's been teaching me how to play the deck, and then I beat Kang. So I don't really know. He's the one who knows how to play my deck. So I don't know how that happened. I did get really lucky. So real quick story. So you've played Mill before in Highlander.
Yeah.
I was playing Alex, and Alex went a few weeks ago, had a not very competent Mill deck, comes in, it's fucking gassing. Like it's moving.
This is the version 2.0. This is a real deck time.
I've gone away from like turn and burn, so like counter and burn spells, and more into like is it mid-range? So bigger creatures, a lot of flyers, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, just more answers for more things.
He plays an ensnaring bridge. I only have an Abrade that can remove it, and like a Brazen Borrow that can send it back to his hand so I can swing through. It's only two things in my whole deck that can do anything with it. Both of them are in the graveyard because he's milled me already. I've got no chance of getting around it. I've got like fucking 5 massive creatures on the field, but it doesn't matter because in Ensnaring Bridge, he's got one card in hand. I can't swing past
Ensnaring Bridge says you can't attack unless your opponent has X number of cards effectively.
In their hand, right? He's got a Crab on the field, which means you mill 2 if he plays a land, and he's a mill deck. So the chance, if he draws a land, he's gonna get me. And if he draws a mill spell, he's going to get me. I've got nothing left in the graveyard, like not much in my library. I play the island that returns an instant sorcery from your graveyard back to the top of your library. I put the Abrade on top, and then I just pray to the magic gods that he doesn't draw land or a mill spell in his next turn. He draws absolute dog shit, and I smack the fuck out of it.
Oh my goodness.
But it's like, I won that by sheer pure luck, no skill whatsoever, and that propelled me into the top spot to play Kang for the final.
Oh my goodness.
But that aspect of luck is unavoidable in all aspects of competition.
Yeah. It's like
a good player plays around the luck that they have.
You know when you joke about like the Yu-Gi-Oh meme of like the heart of the cards, like it was all heart, all heart.
But no matter what you played for your outs, you still did the correct strategy. You did what you had to do to try and win the game.
And I feel bad for Alex. Alex brought me dinner. He brought me Zambreros. I've got to put $15 in store credit. I can fucking do that. So I'll do that tonight before we leave. He brought me dinner. He played arguably exceptionally better than I did and had a fantastic deck. And I just lucked my way to the end, baby.
That's crazy.
Because even in our game, I counterspelled your Defiler and then I got a copy of it, right?
Yes, you had I had a Chaos Defiler, which is a 5-mana card that when it enters the battlefield, it destroys a thing.
It's a Chaos Defiler from 40k in Magic, which fucking people can complain about Universes Beyond.
Nah, it's kind of sick.
But it's sick.
Yeah. I like the idea. And it was the card that was my out. I can use that card to kind of swing the tempo on my side and really give you like a hard time. And I knew you probably had a counterspell in your hand. So what I did was I stalled it so I could play my Chaos Defiler, and if it gets counterspelled, it gets sent to my graveyard, and I can reanimate my Chaos Defiler, which means I'm clean. I'm still fine. So I played for my outs. Except Danny had a counterspell, which was not just a counterspell. It's a coin flip card that says either it gets countered or he takes control of the spell. So if it gets countered, cool. But if it takes control of the spell, I'm
not
fucked,
cool.
'cause that means it doesn't go to the graveyard. I can't bring the card back out. And he takes my Chaos Defiler, and it's like, this is the worst case scenario. Not only did I not get counterspelled, he took my spell.
So I got a 5/4 with Trample that enters the battlefield and destroys one of his permanents.
And when it dies, it destroys another one of my permanents.
Oh no!
So look, maybe like between this and like some other things going well, like we've actually had a really good week at Burger Boy as well. Even though our fridge is actively trying to. It's like
it's sabotaging,
bro. It's 2 weeks out of warranty, and it's just it's dying. It keeps freezing over, and then the next day it's unfreeze,
and it's like time to kill myself.
And it's like that's trying to fuck with us, but we've had a really good week at Burger Week. The club's been really fun to be at. I'm really excited to be back in here and like spend some time here. I've got great bookings for the thing like New Year's. Like maybe I'm on hot streak Danny time. Danny time. I also I'm embracing 2025 Hardline mode.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going all colors, all extreme, William. I'm
Danny
excited,
Dutton.
man. It's 2025 excitement.
Danny's coming with a cowboy hat next one with a horse.
Are you calling me Danny Dunn because he's bald? Is this a balling? Are you attacking me?
No. Danny Dutton's
I still don't know who this person is.
we don't watch Yellowstone.
What the fuck is
I thought you were
Yellowstone?
talking about Dutton the politician.
No, Yellowstone.
Dude, we're on 3 separate fucking...
I tell you, like acreage, right?
Yeah, but I thought it's because Dutton has like a big house in the country that everyone like.
I don't know who
that he pays for
any of
government
these
money
people
with.
are.
What?
Anyway, Danny used a card called Invert Polarity. Check it out. It's a fun spell. If you're on red and blue, don't play it against me. It hurts. It really hurt.
This guy. He was the
Peter Dutton.
Yeah, Peter Dutton was like the minister for
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. He was the minister for defense of Australia, and but he's like, you know, he's well known for
he's just
using
smooth
government
dome.
money to do things, like build houses.
No, I'm
and
talking
shit.
about the Dutton from Yellowstone.
I don't know who that is either.
Yeah. Anyway, now that you've won an event, are you feeling energized? Like just strong momentum coming in.
I do actually feel like the greatest Magic player that's ever walked the earth. So
Perfect.
I don't know if anyone wants to counter that, but I've won one. I can just retire now. You know, that's how that works.
Nice.
All right, I'll time to bring my
achieved.
deck.
Anyway, so back on the foundation game thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty okay with us moving on, but hey, for the sake of content.
I think look at the end of the day, the most important thing is I was up by 4.44%. William, you're down by 7.57, which honestly respectable.
Hey,
If you-
7.5, screw it, man.
You said you've seen the picture,
Yeah.
so you know how much Kang's down by.
He's GG.
Do you want to shout it out loud, William? What's Kang down by?
Fuck.
You are number. No, that's what your age is. 36.5.
So we're saying that I've reduced age by 4.4% and Kang's gone up by 36%.
Dude,
I'm actually
This is crazy. What is the biggest
I don't
loss
have the
though?
retirement. The thing is, though, I chose a lot of budget cards. So I think my total was $11, and in the end, my cards worth $8. So really only $3 difference, but that's still 30, you know.
Yeah, you've gone from $11.80 to $8.15. So a tiny financial change, but a huge shift in percentages. Still less than the housing market loss in America in 2008. So
Hey,
it's fine.
Hey, a loss is a loss.
The loss is a loss, dude.
Like you had like pretty respectable choices. You got
This would get me off a building in Wall Street. 36% is not great.
Wait, the next set is coming out in two weeks.
2-3 weeks, yeah.
How do we feel about it? It's all like race cars and shit, right?
No. Innistrad
No,
remastered
Innistrad
first.
remastered.
They cut out. They cut out allocation for that.
Yeah.
Why?
Thanks, MTG.
I ordered
people.
a lot, and I got less than I wanted. But it's normal for, I guess.
It's gone back down to our regular. We tried to get a more, but we should. We're.
But it's just because it's a auxiliary set. That's why. If you go to Ederdrift, probably get
Yeah,
more.
but it might end up being the most popular set of the year. It's very popular.
I don't know. We're competing with Marvel.
Makov, cereal.
I think I expect Innistrad Remastered to be popular, but it's just going to be the first half, that first start of the year, that momentum coming in. I expect good things out of Aether Drift, and then we're going to hit a whirlwind of Universe Beyond. That Final Fantasy Universe Beyond and that Marvel Universe Beyond.
Can you be Omni Slash? I want Omni Slash.
What do you mean Omni Slash?
What's that?
From Final Fantasy?
Yeah,
Which Final Fantasy?
Omni Slash is it's always there.
I don't know.
It's Cloud, right? It's Cloud and Sephiroth, right?
Final Fantasy is like a nerd culture touchstone, right?
No.
Yeah,
It depends on which Final Fantasy. Like 7, 8 is like the
No
most.
matter what, Final Fantasy is kind of a video game touchstone, right?
Have you
Where
played all of the Will?
The most famous ones.
I've
like
never
7 and 8.
I've never met a single
'Cause-
person in my life that's played all Final Fantasies.
Okay, wait.
interesting.
So 7 is the most
Seven
famous
is definitely
one.
the big one.
The biggest one.
7 came out
Because it's
on
a
the-
remake.
Yeah. Also, it came out PlayStation 1. So for a lot of people, it was a childhood classic. Final
Correct.
Fantasy 7.
I think I've only played 7 then.
7 is the one with
Sephiroth.
Cloud.
It's
that-
Sephiroth and Cloud.
it's like a side scroller.
No.
It's like an open world party based RPG. It has the guy with the giant sword, has Sephiroth, the big katana guy. You've probably seen it if you've seen it around. You might not have played it. It was PS1. Did you have a PS1 as a kid?
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
that's his ability. One of his
Gotcha.
limit break is
I've
called Omni
actually
Slash.
not played Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I think it is 7 because I vaguely remember it looking like that.
Yeah. I played Final Fantasy 6. I've finished Final Fantasy 6.
Do you know
Hmm?
if your life is 7,777, you will get an ability called hitting your opponent 77 times for 7,777.
Is that an in-game Easter
Yeah.
egg?
I got that. And then your life just goes rainbow.
Oh, gotcha.
And then if you fight a boss, you just hit your boss 77 times consecutively, 7,777.
Oh, that's obscure.
It's like 20 minutes. It's like, huzzah, 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 huzzah.
Mom, I can't turn the console off. I'm beating the boss, I swear. But I played Final Fantasy 6. I've played a little bit 7, 10.
7 and 8 is the
I
best.
think I've played the important ones. Realistically, I think I've touched the important ones, and that's all you need to do.
Are they still making them now?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy
Hey.
16 came out
You ever looked at it?
last year.
Shit.
It's not bad.
You played it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still a side scroller kind of deal?
Nah,
No.
they
It
transitioned.
keep changing.
It's more like an RPG kind of deal?
Yeah, it's
They've,
still
they've
RPG,
always
yeah.
been RPGs, but they're
The
now
combat,
more modern.
combat
They're modern
like, the combat screen is different.
now. The whole point of Final Fantasy is that each Final Fantasy is effectively its own game and own story, but it has like similar themes that are passed down from each game.
Oh, okay. So that's why
So-
there's a big difference between
The
different
easiest
versions.
way to describe it would be like, hey, a bit like it'll be a bit like the Elder Scrolls, where each game is distinctly different, but you still have transitioning themes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So, but anyway, the Final Fantasy set I expect to be big. I expect the Marvel set to be big.
Oh
that's for
my
sure.
god, Marvel.
Are they doing it's a proper Marvel set this time, right?
Spider-Verse. So it's a full release, sets, commander decks, and it's themed around the Spider-Verse.
And is it standard legal or modern legal or something, right?
Standard legal, I believe. I believe all Universe Beyond.
Can you imagine like standard, like I play by Wolverine?
all the Universe Beyond stuff is hitting standard, and it makes a lot of sense. People got a little upset at that, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They want to release these products to support the format they want to support, which is standard. They want to push standard more. Universe Beyond 3 standard also means they can release it on Arena, which is massive. Also, for the designers, it means they can design the cards at the power level of standard rather than trying to fluff around with like the modern legacy power level. And that's how we got the abomination of like Lord of the Rings balancing.
Yeah.
We have Orcish Bowmaster, the One Ring, and a bunch of Lord of the Rings cards. Kind of like, bam, good luck, guys.
Yeah.
OP. So
As we talked about just earlier, was it on the cast or before the cast? I don't even know. But the One Ring like has finally started to like duck in price a bit after all this time.
after all the bans.
Yeah.
So, but
And then Fateless
there's a
Looting
lot
went
of
up.
there's a lot of
What's it?
Fateless Looting.
it got banned. Faithless Looting got unbanned in modern.
Yeah, but
Really?
the Strixhaven ones went up in price.
Yeah, the
all,
alternate
all
arts.
of those have gone up a lot. I was actually looking at them. The
Crazy.
The black one that makes 3 mana.
Dark Ritual.
Dark Ritual's $30 now.
Oh, that's cool. I got
the lining-
I got
Hey.
this tape.
Yeah, I because they were worth nothing. They were 50 cents, 40 cents. I've stacked up quite a few.
Hey,
foils.
I collected the whole set. So
The lightning bolt
Call
is
me
up to
Warren
like
Buffett.
$10, $15.
Oh, let's go.
And they I think they were uncommons. I don't know, there's a lot. We got a lot. There's a lot.
I got
There's a lot.
stacks
we
of
should
it.
pull them out.
Yeah. I started going through our cheaper binders and just picking out things I recognized, things that had gone in there as 50-cent rares, and now they're like
Talking about-
$10 rares.
Modern. My favorite deck has returned.
Affinity.
No. Cheerios.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. Zero
Because
costing
they
artifacts.
unbanned
Yeah.
Mox Opal, which
Yeah.
is a 0 mana artifact.
Cheerios. Can you imagine?
But that one card being unbanned makes the deck viable?
Yeah, because you need
Yeah.
you need
When
Mox.
they banned Mox
Oh,
Opal,
it's modern. You've
Yeah.
got 4 of them. Yeah, of course it is.
you need
Yeah,
Mox
yeah.
Opal.
when they banned Mox Opal, it killed a lot of deck archetypes in modern.
What do you know what the banning reason was for in the first place?
It was because of Urza.
Yeah.
When Mox Opal got
The mono blue one?
yes,
Yeah.
when Mox Opal came, when Modern Horizons 1 came out and introduced Urza, the most OP deck of all of modern was like the Urza Mox Opal. It was just too strong. So they instead of banning Urza, they banned Mox Opal, which in retrospect was probably still the right decision to make. But now that the power level of modern has moved on and it's not that OP anymore, you can reintroduce.
So you think that like if someone going in with a Urza deck now, it's not going to stand up to that?
Nah.
Interesting.
Because
Right now-
you got Modern
right now-
Red 2, you got Monster Hunter 3.
Is that more more indicative of like the power creep of like the
Absolutely.
thing?
Modern is every Modern Horizon set now kind of spikes up the power level.
Yeah. This
It's a rotating format yearly, effectively now.
every time I look at new cards for stuff, for decks or what I'm doing, or especially for Highlander, Modern Masters 3. Is it Modern Horizons 3?
Yeah, Modern Horizons 3.
Fucking bangers in there. I knew, we're talking about like the Pyrogoy from the Commander deck. Have you got any of those red lands? That
Arena of Glory.
yeah, Ring of Glory.
Yeah. They're sold out everywhere I can find them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
If you like same thing, like if you got, I'll buy
That
them.
was a 5-6 bulk,
How much is now?
bulk-ish rare, and it's not a huge amount, but it's $12. It's double the price.
But I think they're sold out everywhere. You fucking put an $18, $20 price tag on
Okay.
it. Someone's gonna
now
buy
it's
it.
time for me to open all my commander decks.
I think it was a
dude.
set card though, not a Commander deck.
Right, tomorrow I'll do it.
It was a set card, not a commander.
No, I know, but I have all the commander decks that I have
Yeah.
not opened yet.
Yeah.
The land one's gone up a
Too
bit.
lazy.
Like there's a few lands in there that people are really on board with.
More and more staples just finding play, man.
Yeah.
Also, surprise, Dustmourne as well. So Dustmourne
Yes.
just has a bunch of staples that's creeped around in places. The number one deck in modern right now is Murktide Regent.
Really?
Yeah, Murktide Regent's spiked in price.
I like Murktide come back. He's a
So not
he's
Murktide
like a big
Regent,
boy.
sorry. Abhorrent Oculus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Abhorrent
yeah.
Oculus
Makes
is
more
tier 1
sense.
right now.
Yeah.
The card, I think, at the release of Dustmourne was sitting around that $30 mark.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's spiked hard, man. I think Good Games is selling for $92.
We've got this. Have we got the spreadsheet from when we did it? That one.
Yeah, we do.
I wonder if we should go back and have a quick look.
Hey,
at,
that'll be a fun one.
yeah,
to
we'll
go
do,
back
maybe
on.
next week we'll have a look up. We'll pull that spreadsheet out. We'll see
Whoever
what it looks like
picked
now.
Murktide, Wheeling wins.
Oh, you
By
have
a huge
Oculus?
Yeah.
margin.
I
No,
think
William,
that-
William had not only iPhone Oculus, but also Screaming Nemesis. And Screaming
Let's
Nemesis
go!
is a
Stop
$65 card.
Stop saying what he because he's not going to listen to the podcast. So we'll just change some of his things.
Sure.
I know I have that Oculus. I know because it's like Murktide region.
So it's funny because you think about back in the day, it was like the most OP thing you could do was, for example, Urza playing Mox Opals, and Mox Opals are being like effectively free mana and that generates you know, more things could do cool things. And now it's, hey, I'm I'll put an Oculus deck. I want to be dropping a 5/5 flying on turn 3. Any responses? Good luck.
In Highlander, again, this is what we're playing, so I can only talk about what we're playing. But the fact that it gives you that blocker in your opponent's upkeep every turn,
Yeah, it's so primo.
fucking mental. Like it's just value. It's just endless value. It's to get that blocker because you can continue
Unless-
flying and block what they've got coming.
you play.
Also,
What's that? What's
You
that
also
card?
have one.
Wait, hold on. What's that card? Containment Priest.
Oh, yeah.
You don't get
Containment
any.
Priest is being played a lot now.
You don't get any shit, bro.
it's fine.
No
one's-
manifest
No one's
draft.
picked it up out here, so I
there's
don't have
this
to worry
thing
about
where
it.
people get really upset at power creep, and obviously too much power creep is bad. But as card game players, we like to play with new, cool, and powerful cards. There's nothing more satisfying than like I enjoy playing 7-point Highlander because I can play with
Initiative.
powerful cards, right?
Yeah.
Initiative.
So I don't hate the idea of having cool, powerful cards to play with.
I guess so.
Initiative.
But like I can talk about the decks that I'm playing, but I'm still playing things like preordain and like
no matter what.
Yeah, there's like there's cards.
Brainstorm will probably be played forever.
Yeah.
Never put a better card.
Initiative.
Yeah, I'm playing a little stock standard counter spell. It's like so people can talk about power creep, but it's like there's cards in there that have always been
We
there.
need more initiative
And
cards.
No, William, go away.
like you've just given me
Please bring in more Dungeons and Dragons cards, please.
you've just given me a version of a card. I think of from Urga's Legacy where it's like it's 1 blue and I mill 2 and draw a card.
Yeah.
It's like this is a card that's 40 years old and I'm like deciding to put it in my deck today. So it's like this week and it's like the power creep is there, but the power is everywhere you look. And as the meta shifts here, old cards become way more viable. You know what I mean? So it's like it's less about power creep and just power shift. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're at the hour and 20-minute mark for us. You know, any last send-offs we want to have for the first episode of 2025? Do you want to say anything to the audience members for 2025? You got any send-offs?
Winning by a mile or winning by an inch, a win is a win.
Done deals. Hey,
In a more sappy way, I want to say a massive thank you. Like the support for the broadcast on the Patreon is such a big deal for us, and like it really, I don't know. Like we do put a lot of effort into everything we do, and I just want to appreciate all the conversations I've had, especially over the past 2 weeks being in the shop. All the conversations, all the amazing gifts from like Nick and Zeph, and like all the guys coming through. We've had cakes baked for us, food brought to us. Like it's like I don't expect anything from everybody, but like
the positive
I
feedback
appreciate
is
it
so
much.
invigorating.
Yeah.
It makes you really want to go out and just produce better content, and that's really nice.
Appreciate it.
I went to Paddy Smith's and ate where the Pickle Club hat come from.
Hey,
It's actually pretty good. It's a good choice there. It's no Burger Boy clearly, but it was good. It was good.
All right, and then finishing us off as well, you know, like some of what William said, go out. 2025 is your year. Go be a winner.
Yeah, go be a winner.
Go be a winner.
Not here at the club because I'm the winner. But
All
anywhere
I do
else,
is
be the winner.
win.
Goodbye, everyone.
Ciao, meows.
See you.
Take care.